They said she
To
wasn't even
begin
on
this
any
chapter,
drugs.
let's
She was
break
just
down a
crazy.
Japanese word that you'll likely be hearing again throughout the rest of this video. That word being yandere. What the hell does this mean? I'm sure you've seen it before. Well, the yan in yandere comes from the Japanese verb yanderu, which means to be mentally ill or to be mentally sick. Yanderu is combined with another Japanese word, dere dere, a word meaning love struck. So the two words together, yandere, basically being a mentally sick, love-struck person. Yandere is an anime archetype where a character's love is so devoted that they become obsessed and possessive of their loved one to the point of behaving irrationally in an effort to hold on to their crush or love interest. Basically simping to the max, to the point where it could literally result in someone's death. Now, a yandere killing someone in an anime or a video game, we've seen that before, but could something like this happen in real life? Well, the answer might surprise you. I'd like to introduce you all to Japanese woman Yuka Takeoka. Yuka was born January 28th of 1998 in Tokyo and was an only child. Not much is known about the woman's early life, other than that she dropped out of university, opting to pursue a career in the Japanese bar and service industry. Yuka would eventually land a lucrative management position at a hostess club in Tokyo. A Japanese hostess club is essentially a nightlife spot where all of the staff are women. This serves as a counterpart to a host club where all the staff are men. You know, naturally you got men going to the hostess club and women going to the host club for a night of fun and drinks, this, that, and the other. It would be through this Japanese nightlife industry that Yuka would meet her boyfriend that would become the victim of this story. That individual being a man named Phoenix Luna. Luna worked at the Fusion by Youth nightclub, which was a host club located in the red light district. Phoenix was said to have been an attractive man and was popular within the host industry, and was highly ranked amongst other hosts at various clubs. Common practice at the time was when hosts and hostess got off of work, they would all intermingle and just sort of go to a random club and hang out, and that's how Phoenix would meet Yuka. After initially meeting, Phoenix had sent Yuka messages on Twitter inviting her out for further meetups. In March of 2019, the two would go on a date to a cat cafe and watch movies together. Yuka was said to have been enraptured by Phoenix and spent an exuberant amount of money on him. And why was she spending all this money on Phoenix? Well, what you'll find in this story is that the relationship was somewhat one-sided. Yuka liked Phoenix a lot more than Phoenix liked Yuka. And in a desperate effort to maintain his favor, Yuka would go to Phoenix's host club as a customer and literally pay Phoenix to spend time with her. Yuka believed that if she wanted to be with Phoenix, she would have to continue her financial simping, and even picked up additional work as an escort to do so. In April of 2019, Yuka and Phoenix began a sexual relationship. This intimacy reportedly beginning after she presented Phoenix with a bottle of champagne and confessed her love to the man. To promote her lover, Yuka would continue to go to the host club and support Phoenix with the money that she spent. Phoenix was able to become one of the top hosts at the bar. She wanted to help him get the #1 spot, which allowed for extra privileges and major bonuses. She also rented out an apartment close to Phoenix in hopes that he would stay with her. On May 20th of 2019, Phoenix stayed the night with her, but to Yuka's disappointment, he spent most of his time uninterested and on his phone or sleeping. On May 23rd of 2019, Phoenix planned to assist Yuka with cleaning at her residence around noon, but his obligations caused a delay. Yuka called Phoenix on the phone, and his explanation for not being there was that he had made plans to meet with a female work client. This sent Yuka into a tailspin. She journaled the following around the time. Quote, "I want to be a tragic heroine. How is it possible for him to look at a woman other than me? I know killing him is for the best. If I kill him, it will be eternal, and there will be no pain. I don't need anything other than you." 3 hours later, Phoenix arrived and helped her tidy up. After cleaning, the two ended up getting intimate with each other. Phoenix then takes a bath and goes to bed. Yuka, however, stayed awake and had other plans she wanted to execute. Apparently, after coming to the conclusion that Phoenix's affection for her was merely surface level, Yuka's psyche essentially shatters. After confirming that Phoenix had fallen asleep, at around 3:50 p.m., she goes to the kitchen, procures a knife, returns to the bed, gets on top of Phoenix, and plunges the blade into his stomach. After being stabbed, Phoenix awoke, feeling uncomfortable, looked down and noticed that he had a knife in his stomach. He pulls it out, but Yuka was on top of him. After pulling out the knife, Phoenix was said to have fearfully looked up at Yuka and uttered the phrase, "Please, I love you," in an effort to avoid another thrust from this blade. After hearing this, Yuka seemed placated for the moment and put the blade down. After this, it's said that Phoenix pushed Yuka off of him, gets to his feet, and initiates an escape of the apartment with blood dripping out of him. Yuka got a hold of him, but he was able to shake loose and run out of the door into the elevator. But when the elevator had descended to the lobby, Phoenix had already lost consciousness. Officers arrived at the scene around 4 p.m. and found Phoenix with 2 stab wounds in the abdomen. The man had nothing but a pair of shorts on and was covered in blood. Yuka sat next to her wounded lover, drenched in his blood, calmly puffing away on a cigarette, her phone to her ear, and ignoring the bewildered officers. A tenant living in the building would report that the entire elevator was essentially covered wall to wall with blood. Footage would later be obtained of the officers arresting Yuka and escorting her to the police station. While in the back of the squad car, Yuka flashed a sinister grin beneath her large glasses and a photograph that would go viral online. When later questioned by authorities, Yuka said, quote, "I too wanted to die. Since I loved him so much, I couldn't help it. After killing him, I wanted to die. I did not want to go anywhere, so I sat down at the outside staircase. I did not call emergency services because I intended to die after watching him die from the stabbing." Authorities allegedly also found a journal written in blood that read, "I like you so much, I wanted to kill you." This bloody journal allegedly being authored by Yuka. Yuka's motive for the stabbing seems to come from a place of jealousy and despair surrounding the thought of Phoenix being in love with another woman. Yuka's stabbing of Phoenix fit very well into the yandere archetype,
actual anime, but
it's a viral phenomena online when the photos went up. People online saw her as a real-life yandere character. Instagram fan accounts began popping up, praising Yuka, some even calling her too beautiful to be a murderer. Some of Yuka's online fans even started a GoFundMe and raised close to $4,000 in an attempt to keep her out of jail. Needless to say, this didn't work. But fortunately for all involved, Phoenix actually survived the stabbing. According to reports, Phoenix was unconscious and in critical condition for close to 5 days. But thanks to intensive medical intervention, he would make a miraculous full recovery. Phoenix would later return to his job as a host, and what has become of him in recent years isn't publicly known. Eventually, Yuka would face trial for her attempted murder. She pled guilty, and on December 5th of 2019, the presiding judge for Yuka's case handed her a 3-year and 6-month sentence.
That's it?
Yuka could be possibly released as early as late 2023.
Bro, she's coming back!
That was the case of the yandere stabbing.
I'm done. 3 years? 3 years? That's what threw me off. I was like, wait, what? You know how crazy she is? She's coming back. Bro, I was like, what? Dog.
Could be possibly released as early as late 2020.
I mean, yeah, he didn't die, but like, bro, she had blood. She was writing in a diary of blood from her. Whatever, bro.
But that was the case of the yandere stabbing.
Yeah, he survived, but goddamn.
Next up.